Hello and good morning. Welcome to another episode here where we are trying to help you build a firm foundation in fitness, food, and finances so that you can live for a long time because you're healthy and fit, but you have the money to live well for a long time. Okay, so today's episode is going to be about what CrossFit gets wrong and how to do it right. And I'm stealing a lot of this. I'm taking the idea from an Andrew Hiller video a couple of months back. And he's so right in the stuff that he's saying in there. And I'm going to, of course, put Andy words all into it. But so we're going to go down that road. So there's 5 things that we can do to do better at becoming harder to kill or looking good naked. Maybe that's the title of this, looking good naked. So I think there is a corollary. I do want to be healthy and fit enough when I'm 90 to coach my kids' kids in soccer or some sport. But I think you could possibly just say, I look good naked. And that almost covers everything we want. We want to be tone, some muscle. We don't want to have too much body fat, but some. And we want good posture. We want good skin tone. I guess that actually might be the next slogan. I want to look good naked forever, for a very long time. Okay, anyway, a couple things. One, if you're down here in Georgia, those dumb spiders, Rojo spiders or Rojo or something, have taken over. Everywhere I walk out in a little chicken farm, there's like, I guess the chickens are eating the spiders too, so that's not bad. But there's spider webs, and their spider webs are like times 10 stronger. You walk into it, and you're like, oh man, this thing like clipped me, and I want to duck it rather than just push it away. I don't know if you guys are here in Georgia, or maybe if you're up further north, have they made it to you yet? Was it last year or the year before? Was the first time I'd ever seen them. And I went around trying to kill them all, and it didn't help. They're still here. Stupid spiders. Okay, we got a lot of fun stuff going on at the gym as well. I'm going to hit those real quick. First is Coach Caroline's got break fitness. So if the kids are on break in Cobb County and Cherokee County, I know they're different breaks. She's got 2 different events, 11 a.m. all week long. They can come in and do some sweating and learning. We do have the Smart and Simple Nutrition Challenge coming up on the 21st. You guys should do that. It's going to be a great opportunity to learn and create habits that'll last you a long time. We got a gym gathering on October 12th. You got to get its email directly from me, and you can only RSVP in that email. I'm only taking 30 people because there's way too many of you to take everybody. So if you're not looking at your email, you're never going to see it, and you just won't be able to come. October 14th is Bring a Friend. December 2nd is Alumni Week, and summertime in January, we're going to do some rooster or chicken processing. All right. On to our episode and what things CrossFit get wrong, or basically what could you do better so that you get more out of what you're doing here. So basically becoming harder to kill or looking good naked. I do love that. So this is Andrew Hiller. Nick Lubbers turned me on to him. Oh man, maybe about a year or 2 ago. Guy's hilarious. Weirdly, he's a huge proponent of CrossFit model, but not CrossFit the company. So I think he rubs people the wrong way, but really a lot of what he's saying is exactly right. It's just not corporately maybe all that luscious. And so I think he's banned from corporate. But anyway, okay. So we do CrossFit. Why do we do CrossFit? Because it is a shortcut or a hack to be getting healthier and fitter quicker. It's got full body range movements. You're going to exercise the extremes of, a 10K or a max deadlift. I mean, it's going to cover everything. It literally is the hack. And the only thing I've been able to do consistently for this long. So it's almost 17, 18 years or something, 16 years of doing CrossFit, some in my basement and then at the gym. And it'll keep you going, it'll keep you moving. Now, I think a big part of that is having people to work around, but that's it. So his first thing is do as much as possible in an hour. So when you come in, there is a warm-up and we start moving. Many times people will say, man, that warm-up is like many other people's workout. Yes, sometimes. So we get you moving correctly. We're going to teach you something. So it's not just moving. It's still teaching you like, hey, I'm watching you squat. Are you going below parallel? Hey, let's fix a little bit of that. Let me get you warmed up. When you grab the PVC and we do a thing, how does your shoulders look? So there's a lot that go on. And I think it's been fascinating to see the new coaches come on board and them say, hey, when I'm on the other side coaching, it is a lot different than I thought. It is. There's a lot of different movement and there's a lot of people just with a different idea of what's going on. And our job is to bring you towards health and fitness in that hour. So there's the warm up, usually 10 to 15 minutes. There's the whiteboard brief, usually 5 minutes. And then we do something to teach you, usually, or some sort of lift that we're like working on. And then there's the metabolic conditioning. And it could be, like I said, a 10K run. It could be deadlifts. It could be something short and sweet, high in intensity. It could be a 20-minute, slog. It just depends. It's constantly varied functional movements executed at high intensity sometimes. Not every day you should be sending it, but you should try to send it sometimes, all right? Even if you came in and half-assed this, you would still be killer in a year from now. Actually, I'll still throw out that guarantee. If you come to the gym 4 days a week and let me adjust your eating a little bit, even half-assing what we do, but you listen to the coach and do, I promise you'll be fitter a year from now. If you're not, I will give you 10 times your money back. Right? Because it's no risk. I know I'm going to win. Here's the thing. Knowing that I'm going to win shouldn't make you go, well, I'm not going to do it because I want you to lose money. No, you want to be healthy and fit and you want to be around. Okay, so we want to do as much as we possibly can in an hour without messing up rule number 1 and 2, right? Rule number 1 is show up. If we do too much and you're too sore or whatever, you may not show up. Then rule number 2, don't do anything stupid that'll prevent you from showing up. So it could be, hey, you're trying to lift way more than you probably should. We need to educate and coach you in that. So we do slow things down a little bit to coach you and make sure things are safe. Yeah, I know everyone's got a different level of needs when it comes to coaching, as well as coaches when delivering the coaching. There's a lot of stuff that goes into it. It takes a lot of reps to get good at the movement as well as at the coaching, especially with everybody feeling a little bit different. If I had all experts or all beginners, it'd probably be a little bit easier, but we go the gambit. All right, so the next thing is more nutrition. Or maybe you could say less nutrition or less stupid stuff that isn't nutrition. So stop eating all the dumb stuff. That's the easiest thing. I would give you guys this. We do have the nutrition challenge coming up. You should do that. It'll be 8 weeks of awesomeness. It's going to be great. You're going to learn a lot. If you're like, Andy, I don't want to do anything, but I do want help, I'll give you this. If you will track your food and measure it, track and measure your food for 2 weeks, and then let me see it when you're done, I will help you for free. The reason is I want you to invest in yourself. And if you're not willing to do 2 weeks of some simple work, the mandatory work, then you don't want to help yourself, and I'm not going to help you help yourself. I'm just going to tell you stop eating stupid crap. Show me you really want to do this, and then yes, I will help you with my time for free because I want you to live longer and better. Now, if you want to pay us to do it perfect, we'll guide you along. There's professionals. We'll get that done. If I'm going to help you for free, you better have some skin in the game. And that's the 2 weeks of logging your food, tracking and measuring. So buy a scale, measure it. Give me exactly what you're eating. Don't lie and cheat. Put it down there. We have to be able to talk about it. I think the big one here is to understand what your why is. If you don't know why you're doing this, then you're not going to have the desire to stop eating the crap. So I want to live for a very long time. I want to be healthy and fit, and I want to live well with that. They will tell you, everyone agrees, sugar is bad for you. Cancer lives on sugar. Stop eating sugar. So I said, you know what the hell? Let's do it. I haven't had sugar in 10 plus years. It's probably going on 14 years. I don't know. It's been a long time. I also had to give up grains because grains were my entry drug into sugar. So that was not awesome. I had to, that was an instant bystander that I had to shoot. Now I'm doing the lion diet with Evan, and I'm actually loving this. So we eat, basically, it's ruminant meat. So red meat like cow, deer, sheep, what else? Bison, elk, all that stuff. Something that basically, it's a red meat that eats grass, basically. And it's a lot of salt and water. Now, I also added coffee because who doesn't add coffee? And if Evan can add a thing, then I'll add it. So goat cheese. That's pretty much all we've added right now. He's experimenting with other stuff. He's going to do some blueberries. I'm not really into blueberries anymore. All that stuff is too sweet. So I think I'm just going to stay on this. We're going on, I think, week 7 now. I think we just completed week 8 or week 6. So nutrition, basically stop eating stupid stuff. That's the biggest one. If it has a drive-through, don't go to it. It's probably not food, it's entertainment. If you track your food for 2 weeks, track and measure, I will help you for free. Free is not always best, but if you're like, I'm too cheap to spend on myself, then I'll do that with you, right? Buy a coach, right? Hire a mentor. They're going to get you through this faster. In a nutshell, if it has a face, it's probably okay to eat and eat less sugar or no sugar if you could do it. There's other things I could tell you, drink more water. That's a standard one, but that's the basic principle. If it didn't breathe, it's probably not really food. If you could unwrap it and nothing else will eat it, then it's probably not really food. Is it okay to eat entertainment? I don't know. Here's how I feel about that. My wife would be pissed if I went to a strip club for entertainment. I mean, it's just entertainment and I'm not doing anything. I'm just getting entertained with not her. Is that cool? No. She's going to be pissed. I probably won't feel good about it. It'll probably hurt my inside. I have a high degree of what do they call it? Secondhand guilt, even firsthand guilt. I can't really do a thing that I know is going to be bad. It just makes me feel guilty all day. I know good people feel bad when bad things happen, but it just sits on me heavy way too much. So we don't do that stuff. When you reframe it like, yeah, I'm going to go to a strip club for entertainment. You know that's not great. When you're going to go to a strip McDonald's, I don't know, a restaurant with a drive-through and eat that stuff, it's entertainment. What is your body going to say? Your body's going to say no. If you don't have the time to do it, then okay, how do you do that? You have to go, I think in your phone, if you go to like settings, battery, and then let it pull up your screen time, if you're like, I don't have time. If your screen time has even like an hour's worth of social media, you have time. You literally do less to eat better, not more. You do less. So like right now, I can walk into the grocery store, which I'm going to have to go to, and I can get, I go to the meat section. I buy various different cuts of steak, ground beef, ground lamb, lamb steaks or whatever. And then I go get some goat cheese. Super easy. My shopping is done in moments. Now my family wants more stuff, so it takes a little bit longer there. But eating better, weirdly, is actually a whole lot easier. I don't need to go up and down the aisles. Okay, next thing, we're going to get through these things and I'll have some other fun stuff for you is, I actually forgot to show you this right here. If you're watching the video, you can see it. If not, I'll describe it to you. So we got Smart and Simple is going to run that challenge for us. It starts on September 21st, and it's going to start with tracking and measuring because that's what you should do. But then it's going to graduate into a bunch of habits that you can take with you for the rest of your life. Even if you take one habit. Actually, let me back this up. If you take one habit away, you're a winner. I bought a podcasting course because I don't know what the hell I'm doing. And this guy said, hey, it's pretty good. And I listened to him like, yeah, sure, I'll give it a shot. It was $150. And it was just him doing a video about the things he already does. And he probably could have just made it an episode, but I paid for it. Was it everything I thought it was going to be? Nah. Most of the stuff I'm already doing, I'm 2 years into podcasting. I kind of get what I'm doing. It's not rocket science. I got it. But he said one thing. And is it worth $150? I think yes, because I never would have thought of it. So when you hire a mentor, join a club, do a thing, they may give you that one thing that changes it all. So he said, when you do your podcast thumbnail, you should put your face on it because it allows people to get to know you. I'm like, what? That's the weirdest thing I've ever heard. And then I went back and looked at all the ones that I listen to, and most of the ones that I enjoy, and I feel a connection to the speaker, there's a face on it. I'm like, all right, whatever. I'm going to do that. So if you notice the graphic change is now just the G is my face, and it still says fitness, food, and finances. So that right there, if you can hear it, that's the sound of Levi smiling because Verity fired us from doing the yard. Oh man, I love technology. So I had to pause there for quite some time because, life throws you lemons, at least it threw you something. When Levi's favorite people were doing their thing, something happened. Anyway, it was like 30 minutes ago, and I lost my tirade. So we're going to move on from nutrition. We do have Smart and Simple coming up, so join us in that. It's going to be fun. Even if you're not in the gym. If you're not in the gym, your friend, your family, or just listen to this, you can join us. It's all online. It's virtual, so I love this stuff. You can be anywhere. And we have a virtual story coming up in a moment, too. All right. Next thing is more sleep. I mean, all of this is like just do more of the things that you should be doing. You need more sleep. Most of you guys don't sleep enough. You should get 8 hours of sleep. You should try to get 8 hours of sleep. At least put yourself in bed for that long. I know you're like, but I don't have the time. If you go to your phone and go to the settings and the battery and you look how much screen time you have, you probably have time. I mean, if like I'm not tired enough, then come into the gym and work out. I'm too wound up. I need to wind down. Start the wind down sooner. Here is the easiest thing you could possibly do to help yourself get on a better schedule for sleep. It's wake up at 5 a.m. and then don't go to bed until midnight and then wake up at 5 a.m. Do that 3 days in a row. I guarantee you're going to be tired and you'll be able to move your sleep schedule forward and start waking up and doing things like a normal human. I like to get everything done in the morning. Well, in my hierarchy of needs, I want to help my family first. So everything's askew right now with EV driving. I have about 2 more weeks. I want to make sure she's fully functional driver so she can do her thing on her own. We've got 3 kids that can drive and everything's fine. I got 1 last kid. Make sure we do this right. And I want to give up here. So it does mess my schedule up. I'm getting enough sleep, but I'm not exercising when I want to, and I just find a time when I can get in there. It actually works out a little bit with us having a lot of newer evening coaches, so I can be there to help them. But life will throw you curves. Just figure out how to curve with it. So get some sleep. I have a podcast. Let me see. I have it pulled up right here. So it is called 18-ish Actions to Fix Your Sleep. I probably should title things better, but that's what it's called. It's episode 67. Dang, that was a long time ago. And it was published back in, weird, kind of right about now, August 15th, 2023. So it's episode 67, 18-ish Actions to Fix Your Sleep. Go listen to that. It's going to be good stuff. You'll have 18 ways that you can be better and have a better night's sleep. Should I tell you what they are? I want you to listen to that anyway. You know what? I'll run through them real quick. This is going to be fast. You may want to slow down your podcast or your video. I'm going to say them quickly. Stick to a consistent schedule. Create a relaxing bedtime routine. Limit exposure to screens. Create a comfortable sleep environment. Invest in a comfortable pillow and mattress. Build a mindful... be mindful of your diet. Get regular exercise. Manage stress. Limit naps. Yeah, take 0 naps. Establish a bedtime routine. Limit routine or ritual. Limit fluid intake before bed. That's a nemesis for me. Be mindful of medications. I don't take any. This is one great thing about what we're doing with CrossFit or this methodology. I'm 50. I have no drugs. Maybe I should take some drugs. Maybe I should find some marijuana or something. Set the right temperature. Invest in a quality mattress and bedding. Consider a weighted blanket. Use white or a sound machine, a white noise or sound machine. Keep your pets out of the bed. Limit exposure to light. All right, so go listen to that podcast. It's a good one. Get more sleep, and it's going to help you. I would also say on top of this is not just sleep, but actually like recover is kind of what the idea here is. And when you're at the gym, roll. When you're done working out, roll. Most of you guys just walk out the door. Man, it's like you're leaving half the steak right there. Roll out. Stretch a little bit. I sometimes it hurts my heart because I say it so much. And maybe like a third of you even listen or try. We're not in that much of a rush. And you did all this stuff. Stop the workout early. Give yourself 3 minutes of rolling. Roll out. It's going to be great for you. All right. Next thing is, so exercise. You know my rules. Rule number 1, show up. Rule number 2, don't do anything stupid to prevent you from showing up tomorrow. CrossFit is great. It does everything. You got long, you got medium, you got short. You got body weight, you have gymnastics, you have medium weights, you've got full body movements with the weight or without the weight. You've got one rep maxes, you got strength training, you got endurance training. It does it all. You're going to get everything. It doesn't need to be anymore. CrossFit is going to be beautiful like that if you use it as intended. If you're not going for the intended stimulus, you're not really doing what's intended. You're just trying to click RX, which isn't necessarily the point, but I get it. It's kind of fun to click RX. And I did just realize that you can change. So I'm going to try this eventually. So I did not know you could rename things in Wodify, and I could rename RX Plus. I can call it Cap RX. So it's a CrossFit affiliate programming where they consider RX. And the next one they give us is intermediate. So I could call RX intermediate. The reason to do that is it allows us to then track what we're doing. So if I do some sort of variation, so I'm not doing RX, I just do a variation, and then Timmy does a variation, there's no way for us to compare notes because it doesn't know what we did. At least if we do the intermediate and we have it tracked, we'll actually be able to see each other tracked. I think it'd be kind of interesting and neat, so I'm going to give that a shot. Again, didn't know I could name those things, but I do have a podcast. It is episode 119. It's called What Fitness Model Should I Pick? Strength, Cardio, Mobility, CrossFit. And it just simply goes through all of these things. What should you pick? And really, it doesn't matter. Do something. Do something that you'll continue to do. You need to move. Range of motion is important. Strength is important. Not losing skills is important. I don't know if it's that important to be able to do a handstand, but being okay, like maybe doing a push-up or a piked push-up, or maybe one on a box probably is, right? Not many times I'm upside down, but I do know this. As we get older, we lose ability and we lose function. One of the things that takes us out is we trip and we fall and we break a hip and we die, or we're 30% more likely to die. So we don't want to trip and fall and die. We want to be able to move and be healthy and fit for as long as we possibly can and have a really good, functional older life. That's going to be doing these things we do. It's not rocket science. Show up. Listen to the coach. It's that easy. I think the other thing that I said it earlier is really what we're doing if there could be a distillation of everything people say, it's going to be, I want to look good naked. I'm going to make that the title of this podcast. Look good naked. If you do this stuff, you eat and you move correctly, get some sleep, your body's going to repair it, you're going to look good naked and have a good long life with health and fitness and mobility. So don't skimp on those things. Okay, the last thing, and this is not maybe all that popular, but I agree on this point, and I live this point. Avoid all the extras. That shit does not actually move the needle very much. You're like, Andy, I want grips with a kung fu action so I can really stick to the bar. Yeah, it doesn't matter. What's really the problem is you need more practice kipping or whatever, right? Andy, I need a belt that's got a Velcro strap and a reverse Velcro strap so I can really lock in tight so I can lift that heavy weight. That's not that helpful. I'd probably say it's better to get your core built up so that you can lift that heavy weight. Now, again, if you have an injury and you're trying to help that injury, yeah, that's totally fine. This is not that. This is like my ankles are tight, so I'm going to wear lifting shoes to change the angle of my ankle so I can lift. Like, okay, but how about we actually just work on fixing your ankle? That's literally what we're here for. Not to band-aid the problem, but to fix the problem. So I'm not poo-pooping you if you use that stuff. A lot of people have a gear bag, they bring it all in. Totally fine. I'm just saying, I don't think it's really needed, and it doesn't really move the needle very much. What moves the needle is move, eat, and sleep. Those are like the best needle movers. Now, I'm going to back up one thing up. Eat a lot of protein. I have seen some interesting changes in my own body eating this much protein. The next thing I'm going to try is creatine. I've never really done it. So far, all the studies say that this thing is a miracle product, and it helps in everything you could really want. I kind of feel like if it's that miracle, then there's something obvious that we're missing. I don't know. So creatine, you can get it at the gym, you can get it anywhere, you can buy it online. It doesn't really matter. I would make sure that it's actually been kind of a studied or approved or got a thumbs up. There's a lot of crap out there, and I think the stat is something like 50% of the supplements that are out there. No, 80%. Some large percentage. I'm going to go with 50% of the supplements that are out there have zero of whatever they're saying is in it. So that's like buying creatine and it's just sawdust. It doesn't have anything. So you want to make sure that these people are actually testing the stuff, right? And it has what it has. So wearables, gear, all the extras, I don't know. I'm not an evildoer on it. I'm just not a huge fan. It doesn't really move the needle and it doesn't really fix the problem. Unless you're injured, that's totally different. I would say just show up and half-ass it. If you show up, like Alex said, hey, what do you do when you miss a day? I will just do a thing. It doesn't really matter what it is. And I also try to do more exercising than I think I need. So I put in 5 days a week of gym, and then usually on the weekends I'm doing something, so I'm never inactive. But if I miss a day, that's okay, because 4 is the number I want. That moves the needle very well for me. And I listen to my body. Some days I show up and I'm just like, hey, I'm going to ride the bike. That happens. That's okay. I like being around you guys and I like riding the bike. Well, I don't know if I really like riding the bike, but the bike is an interesting one. It's the only movement that we do in the gym that is not core to extremity. So it's not a hip flexing movement. You're actually using your extremities first. And we just don't really do that all that much. So I thought, I don't know, it's something I should do. Plus, in these adventure races, we have to bike a lot and I'm just not that great on the bike. So do that stuff. What is necessary? Show up, eat better, sleep. Those 3 things. That's what you can do. Okay. I keep pushing this idea, and hopefully you guys will get it. Hopefully you'll join me in this journey. The other thing I'm going to talk about 2 different things, or actually maybe it's the same thing. 2 different slides or web pages, but it's the same thing. A while back, it's probably maybe 2 or 3 months ago. Man, I hate it. As I get older, all the time seems to blend. I never really know when it was said. Somebody said, Andy, what about all the people that have built out their gyms and aren't doing, or built out their garage and they're not doing anything? How can you help them? What can be done to get them motivated? I'm like, okay, you're making me have to solve a problem. I'll do it. Let's do this thing. So Brendan Phillips, Justin Charles, and myself are putting together Garage Fitness Online. It has nothing to do with CrossFit Garage. It's, I guess it's not even affiliated. It's just movement that makes sense. So we got Brandon Phillips, who's just south of us, to do the programming. There's 4 different tracks. So if you're at home in your own gym and you're like, I just want some well thought out programming to follow, Brandon Phillips. I mean, he's well thought out. He's got 4 different tracks. It's a beautiful thing. You got your own gym. Do what the hell you want, right? So you could buy it just for that, or you can jump in with us. We also have it so that you can get into Wodify via Garage Fitness Online. So again, it's not attached to his gym or my gym. We're just using our smarts, I guess, between us, 40 years of doing this business. And then I'm stealing Justin and Charles's brain for internet stuff to make it all work. Because if there's literally 1,000 people that follow this and do it, which would be great. Sure, I think we can handle that. If everybody started emailing me, like I need to do a thing in Wodify, there's no way I could like take care of 1,000 people's things. So Justin and Charles are setting up automations and other key flows, so it should help out. The other thing that we're really trying to bring to you with this is I like to talk. Brandon likes to talk. We're going to help talk to you and build that community that you're missing. So if you're in your home, usually there's motivation that isn't there, so you lack it, and there's no community to really push you. So we're going to build those things for you. You'll have an opportunity to reach out. This is literally, as I do this podcast on the 9th, we literally just launched it yesterday on the 8th because the lawyers said it's all done, you can do it. It's so stupid how much lawyers and legal and insurance have to go into something that's just online helping people. But if you want to keep your house, do it right. Anyway, so you can find this right now. If you go on Facebook, you can type in Garage Fitness Online. You can go see that. So if you got it's really for somebody who's got a built out garage or basement. I guess we could have called it Basement Fitness Online. But anyways, usually in your garage. So if you've got that built out relatively well, so you've got, a squat rack, some bars and plates, dumbbells, place to do pull-ups, basically a miniature gym, then this is going to be great for you. If you only have 2 dumbbells, this really isn't going to be the thing for you. Now, if you're like, I'd like to buy more gear, then yeah, this is a place for you. But it's driving back with a good program and community to help you do things at your home to be harder to kill. Now, we have some ideas that are grandiose. I have no idea what this is going to look like in a year. What did Mike Tyson say? Everyone has a plan until you get punched in the face. So I don't know what punches are coming and what good ideas, like this idea came from you guys, the audience, people out there listening. It wasn't my idea. So I don't know the ideas you guys are going to come up with. I had someone mention, what if there was a map of some sort, or at least cities, a way to organize by city, and you could find people to go work out at their basement or garage or whatever, and then like on Monday do that, and then Tuesday they come to you. I'm like, yeah, you could probably do that. I don't know how that would work without being like creepy, like showing your address online. I don't know if people want that to happen, but there is a way. I don't know how to do it yet. I'm sure Charles and Justin can figure that stuff out. So there's gonna be a lot of stuff to do in that regard. So if you want to find us, you can check your email. There should be emails coming out about it. I'll put it in the link here. But also Facebook, Garage Fitness Online. It just got started the other day. And right now we have a landing page that I'll link to as well. It's actually off of CrossFit Garage's pages because I'm doing the minimal viable product. I didn't know how to make a page. I'm not that good. And Charles and Justin are doing something else. So I was like, whatever, I'll just whip something together. And so basically, if you go to crossfitgarage.com/garage-fitness-online, that's where the landing page is right now. And it'll get moved eventually. But this is for all you people out there that are trying to do stuff on your own and you need guidance and you want community. We're going to push for that because we can, and Brandon and I have been doing this for years. And then Charles and Justin are going to figure out how to actually make it work with an online world that, I mean, really, I can program in Fortran and maybe a little bit in Perl, probably not. I forgot what I learned for that. And a couple other languages, but I don't really know what I'm doing on the internet. I'd have to watch a video and come back and make it work for me. All right, guys, that's what I got for you today. Remember, it's not that hard. Show up, eat better, and get some sleep. Don't do the stupid stuff. I hope to help you guys become a happy, humble, helpful people who want to be healthy and fit now as well as in your 90s and live that good, long life. Take care.